Datta, Sri Guru Datta, Jai Guru 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 Datta, Sri Guru Datta.
Shri Ganeshaya Namaha, Shri Saraswatyai Namaha, Shri Padavallabha Narasimha Saraswati, Shri Guru Dattatreya Namaha, Shri Ganapati Satchidananda Sadgurubhyo Namo Namaha. Jai Guru Datta and welcome to Datta Arpanam with your hosts Rishi Nirvan Barup
and Ravita Singh. Jai Guru Datta, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of His Holiness Parama Pujya Dr. Shri 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 Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji of Avadhuta Dattapitam in Mysuru. Today's program begins with the offering of pranams, gratitude, and this invocation prayer at the sacred feet of beloved Sadgurudeva Pujya Shri Swamiji, as this program, possible only through His divine grace, is offered to him. Please join His second-in-command, Pujya Shri 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 Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji now in worship.
श्री गणेशाय नमः, श्री सरस्वत्यै नमः, श्रीपादवल्लभ नरसिंह सरस्वती, श्री गुरुदत्तात्रेयाय नमः, श्री गणपति सच्चिदानन्द सद्गुरुभ्यो नमः। गुरुर्ब्रह्मा गुरुर्विष्णुः गुरुर्देवो महेश्वरः, गुरुः साक्षात् परं ब्रह्म, तस्मै श्री गुरवे नमः। श्रीभूयुत श्रीहरिचिह्निताभ्याम् अगस्त्यरेखादिभिरञ्चिताभ्याम् निगूढबीजाक्षरमुद्रिताभ्याम् नमो नमः सद्गुरुपादुकाभ्याम्। गणपति गुरुमेकं सच्चिदानन्दरूपम्, विबुधनिवहसेव्यं योगमार्गाधिरूढम्, शरणमुपगतानामार्तिसङ्घाद्रिवज्रम् मम हृदयनिवासम्, भक्तिनम्रो नमामि, भक्तिनम्रो नमामि।
Once again everyone, Swagatam, and thank you for tuning in to this morning's episode of Datta Arpanam. Today's program is being brought to you through the kind courtesy of Ramlal Educational Institute of number 12 Exchange Lots Couva, Valini's Drug Mart Limited of 58 to 60 Sutton Street, San Fernando, Debe Supermart Limited of 182 SS Erin Road, Debe, and Koke Supermart Limited of 14 Naparima Miaro Road, San Fernando.
every week you hear that Datta Arpanam is a showcase of the life, music and teachings of Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji, who is also called Ganapati Swamiji and Pujya Appaji. But who is this Ganapati Swamiji? Well, to truly know him, one must experience him. But another way to get some insight into who this bearded, beloved Swami is to look at his horoscope and see what it tells us about him. And so today on Datta Arpanam, you will hear some of what has been shared in Pujya Appaji's biography about his horoscope.
But first, let us all join together and worship the one who has played the role of direct teacher to Pujya Appaji, teaching him many mantras and answering his questions. Let us worship Lord Ganapati. Please open the Bhajanmala app or visit the website www.bhajanmala.com, enter Bhajan ID number 65, and as the bhajan asks of that leader of the Ganas, an apple of Lord Shiva's eye, may Lord Ganapati rule over our hearts.
Ganapati Raja Palim Parada Suguna Vallava Hara Hara Nagana.
Ganapati Raja Palim Parada Suguna Vallava Hara Hara Nayana.
Ganapati Raja Palim Parada Vallava Hara Hara Nayana.
Ganapati Raja Palim Parada Suguna Vallava Hara Hara Nayana.
Vidura Ekadanta
Triguna Vidura Ekadanta.
Triguna Vidura Ekadanta.
Triguna Vidura Ekadanta.
Mushika Vahana Munijana Vanga.
Mushika Vahana Munijana Vanga.
Mushika Vahana Munijana Vanga.
Mushika Vahana Munijana Vanga.
Ganapati Raja Palim Parada Suguna Vallava Hara Hara Nayana.
Ganapati Raja Palim Parada Suguna Vallava Hara Nayana.
Hara Sutta Sundar Dinabandhu.
Hara Sutta Sundara Dinabandhu.
Hara Sutta Sundar Dinabandhu.
Hara Sutta Sundara Dinabandhu.
Dinadata Daya Sindhu.
Dinadata Daya Sindhu.
Dinadata Daya Sindhu.
Dinadata Daya Sindhu.
Ganapati Raja Palim Parada Suguna Vallava Hara Hara Nayana.
Ganapati Raja Palim Parada Suguna Vallava Hara Nayana.
Satchidananda Nigama Samstuta.
Satchidananda Nigama Samstuta.
Satchidananda Nigama Samstuta.
संस्तुत
सच्चिदानंद निरुपम चरिता
सच्चिदानंद निरुपम चरिता
सच्चिदानंद निरुपम चरिता
सच्चिदानंद निरुपम चरिता
गणपति राजा पालिं पराद सुगुणा वल्लभ हर हर नयना
गणपति राजा पालिं परादा सुगुणा
वल्लभ
हर नयना
सुगुणा वल्लभ हर हर नयना
सुगुणा वल्लभ
हर हर नयना हर हर नयना हर नयना.
The final charana of that bhajan praised Lord Ganapati as the Eternal One, who is always in bliss. Interesting that while we may not be experts in deep meditation, all we have to do is sing one of the bhajan compositions of Ganapati Swamiji, and that is enough to give us a glimpse of what true bliss is. What a beautiful bhajan.
You were just listening to Pujya Sri Swamiji here on Datta Arpanam. Thank you for tuning in to today's offering, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through His Grace, and thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited.
As you heard at the beginning of today's program, today, in an effort to get to know and understand Puja Appaji a bit better, we will look at his horoscope.
Years ago, there was a Swami known as Chitra Durga Swami. And Chitra Durga Swami once told an astrologer by the name of Venkataramaya that he, Venkataramaya, would get the horoscope of Datta when he goes to Mysore. Study it carefully, said the Swami. Our Datta will take care of the rest.
From then onwards, Venkataramaya was looking for the horoscope from anyone named Datta. Nearly a year went by and he still did not get any such horoscope, so he went back to see the yogi and ask about this horoscope about which the yogi had spoken.
When he reached the yogi, however, before Venkataramaya could say anything, the yogi said, "It appears that you have studied the horoscope of our Datta very well."
Puzzled, Venkataramaya told the Swami that he had no such luck. "I have not met anyone by that name who has given their horoscope," he said.
The yogi smilingly said, "You already have it."
"Swami," replied Venkataramaya, "it is true that I have received a horoscope from a Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Swami, an upasaka or disciple of Lord Ganapati, and I thought it was a good horoscope to study. But on close analysis, I felt a little bit doubtful because he has no connection with the name Datta. However, I have never seen a better horoscope, not ever."
"You silly fellow," said the Swami. "You will never get any horoscope which is better than that one."
Venkataramaya had totally forgotten about the horoscope which he had gotten from Ganapati Swamiji. On the day he went to deliver a report on the horoscope to Puja Appaji, Appaji was acting childishly. He even told Venkataramaya that he was going to get married.
"I thought he was telling the truth," said Venkataramaya. "Is he the avatara of Dattatreya? I presume that is why he was teasing me, tried to confuse me, and was testing me. I clearly understand that it is the horoscope of Dattatreya."
Listeners, what was it that Venkataramaya found in Puja Appaji's horoscope that sealed his opinion that Appaji was an avatara of Lord Dattatreya? And how did he even come to read Puja Appaji's horoscope? Well, stay tuned in to today's episode of Datta Arpanam to find out. First though, let us join in worshipping the Supreme Mother through this soothing yet powerful bhajan composed and rendered by Ganapati Swamiji.
The bhajan Shri Mata Shri Ragni Hridi Rajati Sa speaks directly to Mother Goddess, saying, "You are the Supreme Mother or Shri Mata and the Supreme Empress or Shri Ragni, whose brilliance shines in my heart or Hridi. You are Shri Devi and the embodiment of knowledge called Shri Vidya or the knowledge of Mother Goddess. You are the consort of Lord Shiva or Kameshi. You are the goddess Kamakshi, who with your gaze or Akshi can fulfill the desires or karma of your devotees. You have a smiling face and golden complexion. Your brilliant face is anointed with turmeric or haridra. You live in the intellect of the wise sages and are the personification of Satchidananda, or truth, knowledge, and bliss."
Listeners, you can find the words to this worshipful bhajan by entering bhajan ID number 414 on the Bhajanmala app or website.
श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञे हृदि राजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञे हृदि राजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञे हृदि राजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञी हृदि राजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा। कामेशी सा कामाक्षी सा कामेशी सा हालस्य सा हारिद्रा सा हालस्य सा हारिद्रा सा श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञे हृदि राजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञी हृदि राजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा। कामाक्षी सा कामेशी सा कामाक्षी सा कामेशी सा हालास्य सा हारिद्रा सा हालास्य सा हारिद्रा सा श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञी हृदि राजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा। साधूनां धी देशीय सा साधूनां धी देशीय सा सच्चिदानन्दाकार सा सच्चिदानन्दाकार सा साधूनां देशीय सा साधूनां देशीय सा सच्चिदानन्दाकार सा सच्चिदानन्दाकार सा श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञ रुधिराजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञ रुधिराजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा कामाक्षी सा कामेशी सा कामाक्षी सा कामेशी सा हालास्य सा हारिद्रा सा हालास्य सा हारिद्रा सा श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञ रुधिराजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या 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 सा साधूनां देशीय सा साधूनां देशीय सा सच्चिदानन्दाकार सा सच्चिदानन्दाकार सा श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञ रुधिराजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञ रुधिराजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा साधूनां देशीय सा साधूनां देशीय सा सच्चिदानन्दाकार सा सच्चिदानन्दाकार सा श्रीमाता श्रीराज्ञ रुधिराजति सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा श्रीदेवी सा श्रीविद्या सा
That bhajan is amazing in so many ways, including, as you heard mentioned before, the way it can be so powerful yet so soothing at the same time. It is like a tonic and a sleeping aid at the same time. It is yet another way that Ganapati Swamiji or Pujya Appaji ensures that whatever his devotee needs, it is delivered at the right time. You were just listening to Pujya Appaji here on Datta Arpanam.
Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of Pujya Appaji, comes to you on 103.1 FM every Sunday at 6 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time, thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited and Koke Supermart Limited. Special thanks go out to them, as they do to you, dear listener, for sharing this Sunday morning Sandhya hour with us.
Today we have been hearing about how, when remembering the horoscope of Ganapati Swamiji, astrologer Venkataramaya was convinced that this was the horoscope of the avatara of Lord Dattatreya.
Venkataramaya was not just any ordinary astrologer. Instead, he was an expert in the science of astrology. He was a devotee of Shirdi Sai Baba and was working in Bangalore. Yet, following the urging of some friends, in 1976, when Ugadi celebrations were going on at the Avaduta Dattapitam in Mysore, Venkataramaya made his third visit to the ashrama there.
Even though this man, who came from a family of scholarly pundits and therefore had the strength of Upasana, even though he was visiting Appaji's ashrama for the third time, this was the first time that Ganapati Swamiji or Pujya Appaji asked about his welfare.
In fact, not only did Appaji ask about Venkataramaya's welfare, but he spent 3 hours alone with him. Can you imagine what good merit must have earned him that privilege? 3 hours with Pujya Appaji.
During that private audience, Appaji was joking around, and this irked Venkataramaya a bit. Yet, in between Appaji's jokes, the astrologer could see a spark of divinity emanating from Pujya Appaji's eyes.
Eventually, Venkataramaya asked Appaji's permission to touch his sacred feet.
As soon as Venkataramaya touched Appaji's feet, he experienced an electric shock going through his system. His initial instinct was one of panic, but he had the mental fortitude to withstand that urge, and once he held on to his composure, he became soaked in a feeling of bliss.
Venkataramaya then had an idea. He thought that if he could manage to get a hold of Sri Swamiji's horoscope, he could find out the truth about Appaji. Hesitantly, he asked Appaji to show him his, meaning Appaji's, horoscope.
Without any hesitation, Appaji asked his assistants to bring the horoscope.
But not only that, Appaji also put his hand forward and asked Venkataramaya if he wanted to study his palm. "See what it says," said Appaji.
Venkataramaya was taken aback by this gesture of Sri Swamiji and told Appaji that he could not read it. It is extremely unusual for great scholars to let others see their horoscope and give their palms for someone to study the lines, as problems can arise if they make their astrological features and constellations public.
Meanwhile, Appaji's attendants brought Appaji's horoscope for Venkataramaya, who then started reading it.
Appaji, the whole time, kept asking questions about the horoscope and the lines on his hands.
Venkataramaya wondered what kind of a Swami was this who was curious to know his own future. After a while, he said, "Whoever wrote this horoscope is definitely not an expert in the subject."
Appaji, ever sweet, compassionate Appaji, defended the previous astrologer even though he knew that there was one mistake in the horoscope.
Still, when Venkataramaya excitedly started preaching to Sri Swamiji about the science of astrology, Appaji decided to calm down the atmosphere and asked Venkataramaya to write his horoscope afresh.
Appaji gave Venkataramaya a few details of his birth, including the fact that he was born on Sri Chitra Bhanu Samvatsara, or the year Chitra Bhanu, on Adhika Jyeshta Shuddha Ekadashi.
Then, after confirming the exact timings of Appaji's birth, Venkataramaya took the horoscope home and studied it in great detail. From that horoscope, he came to realize many surprising facts about Appaji and felt excitement building in him. He wrote a great report on the horoscope of Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji.
Listeners, before we hear what that report said, we've already given a clue at the start of today's program when Chitra Durga Swami told Venkataramaya that he already had Datta's horoscope. As we offer thanks to Lord Dattatreya for incarnating in the form of Pujya Appaji and doing so purely for our benefit, let us join in singing a bhajan glorifying that Lord. Please open the Bhajan Mala app or website to bhajan ID number 285 and join in worship.
दत्ता तू ही विधि तू ही विधान, हर मुश्किल को कर आसान।
दत्ता तू ही विधि तू ही विधान, हर मुश्किल को कर आसान।
दत्ता तू ही विधि तू ही विधान, हर मुश्किल को कर आसान।
दत्ता तू ही विधि तू ही विधान, हर मुश्किल को कर आसान।
दत्ता तू ही विधि तू ही विधान, हर मुश्किल को कर आसान।
दत्ता तू ही विधि
तू ही विधान
हर मुश्किल को कर
आसान।
दत्ता तू ही विधि
तू ही विधान
हर मुश्किल को कर
आसान। दत्तात्रेय के रूप में तू
दत्तात्रेय के रूप में तू
सह्याद्री पर विराजमान,
सह्याद्री पर विराजमान।
अनघा योग माँ के संग,
अनघा योग माँ के संग,
अष्ट सिद्धि का दे वरदान।
अष्ट सिद्धि का दे वरदान।
दत्ता तू ही विधि तू ही विधान, हर मुश्किल को कर आसान।
दत्ता तू ही विधि तू ही विधान, हर मुश्किल को कर आसान।
तू ही सुंदर तू बलवान,
तू ही सुंदर तू बलवान।
तू ही निधि है तू धनवान।
तू ही निधि है तू धनवान।
तू ही निर्मल ज्ञान की कान,
तू ही निर्मल ज्ञान की दान।
तू ही देवोत्तम गुणवान।
तू ही देवोत्तम
गुणवान दत्ता तू ही विधि तू ही विधान, हर मुश्किल को कर आसान।
दत्ता तू ही विधि तू ही विधान, हर मुश्किल को कर आसान।
मानव हो या दानव हो,
मानव हो या दानव हो,
ऋषि मुनि नरपति सुरपति हो,
ऋषि मुनि नरपति सुरपति हो,
तेरी शरण में आए जो,
तेरी शरण में
आए जो सच्चिदानंद को पाए वो।
सच्चिदानंद को पाए वो। दत्ता तू ही विधि तू ही विधान, हर मुश्किल को कर आसान।
जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता, जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता,
जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता, जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता,
जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता,
जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता,
जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता,
जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता,
जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता,
जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता,
जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता,
जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता,
जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता,
जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु दत्ता,
दत्ता 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 दत्ता, जय गुरु दत्ता श्री गुरु 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 दत्ता, श्री गुरु दत्ता।
Such a beautiful Hindi Datta bhajan composed and rendered by the present day Avadhuta of Lord Dattatreya, Paramapujya Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji. You are listening to Datta Arpanam, which is coming to you on 103.1 FM through the grace of Pujya Sri Swamiji and thanks to the sponsorship by Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited.
Before that bhajan, you heard that astrologer Venkataramaya wrote a great report on the horoscope of Pujya Appaji. In the introduction to the report, he said, "I am not a Shishya of Swamiji. I am not a member of the Jnana Bodha Sabha. While on my travels, I met Swamiji casually and experienced abundant peace waves around his ashrama. It is a well-known fact that it is very hard to understand the many secrets in the horoscopes of great people. I strongly believe that when the Lord incarnates on the earth, he still follows the rules of the planets. That is why I took on the task of checking the constellations in Swamiji's horoscope. The simple fact that Swamiji gave his permission for me to read the horoscope is in itself proof of his belief and respect in the science of astrology. Through this approach, Swamiji is making it public that there is truth in this great science.
Venkataramaya then wrote a detailed account on the horoscope, a summary of which will be shared here. But before we go on, some of what you are about to hear may sound confusing if you are not familiar with the Indian tradition of reading one's horoscope. But unfortunately, it's not really possible to explain those bits in a way that would make it easy for everyone to understand. In such cases, you are encouraged to take away what you can from what you are about to hear and use that information to help you to better understand Pujya Appaji.
Sri Swamiji's constellation or Lagnam is Taurus or the bull Vrishabha.
The Sun, Ravi, and Saturn or Shani are both present in that Lagnam. They are like light and shade. In other words, they are like enemies. And while in an ordinary person's horoscope it is considered to be a bad sign to have both the Sun and Saturn present in one Lagnam, in the horoscopes of great people like Pujya Sri Swamiji, the domination by these two actually gives Lakshmi Narayana Yoga, or the union of Lakshmi and Narayana. The meeting of these two makes the person develop vairagya or detachment and leads him towards his soul or Paramatma. It is the best position for spiritual development.
Sri Swamiji's horoscope said that his birth into this world would start with many difficulties. His childhood, it said, would be full of problems. And listeners, we know that at the tender age of 11, Pujya Appaji's mother and guru, Mata Jayalakshmi, left the mortal coil. Appaji's life then became one where he would beg for alms, but end up going hungry when he gave away those alms to his aunt and sister.
While his horoscope also suggested that he would experience difficulty in continuing the traditional upasana of his family, the presence of Saturn suggested shade, and that was a sign that he would win over Maya or illusion.
Ganapati Swamiji's horoscope also showed that he would have many good qualities like enormous patience, the capacity to be on guard all the time, and pity for those who suffer. And listeners, these are all qualities which thousands worldwide can vouch for having witnessed in Sri Swamiji. Oftentimes, Appaji will use ashrama funds to help fund Annadanam or food charity, or to help the needy with medical care, instead of using the funds for the ashrama's own sake.
And when devotees do not do what he says and then find their lives fraught with difficulties, like a patient and loving parent, Appaji guides them and emboldens them during that challenging period in their lives. He is ever watchful, observing our every thought, word, and deed, and through this knows when to scold us, when to encourage us, and when to reward us. But whichever it is always a blessing, for Sadguru Deva is looking after us.
You already heard that the presence of Saturn or Shani in Pujya Appaji's constellation meant that he would overcome Maya. Well, because of the presence of that same Saturn in his constellation, his horoscope also foretold that even though he would have the utmost devotion to God, his methods of worship would not be traditional. And listeners, this reminds us that just because something Appaji does may be unfamiliar to us, true faith is following his instruction and his guidance without questioning. After all, he is the incarnation of the aspect of Lord Dattatreya, so when could there ever be reason to question him?
Exemplifying the lessons taught in Srimad Bhagavad Gita, Appaji, as his horoscope confirmed, is beyond differences caused by caste, class, wealth, and poverty.
And because of the position of the sun in his constellation, he has authority and a command over others.
The head of the ninth position, or Navami, is again Saturn. He is, as it is, in the constellation Taurus. Saturn is taking care of his place, and with him is the comet Ketu.
This combination suggested that the baby who would grow up to be Ganapati Swamiji would become a Maharishi. In fact, a similar influence of the stars has been found in the horoscopes of great saints of the past.
As the head of the constellation is in the 11th position, or Ekadashi, and Pisces, Appaji's horoscope said that he would achieve Siddhi or mastery in Nadopasana. And that there is something for which we can all vouch. Pujya Appaji, over the past several weeks, has been touring the Andhra Pradesh region of India, visiting multiple kshetras and performing Raga Sagra sessions at each place. The music for meditation and healing which Appaji plays at these Raga Sagra sessions, or these Nada Chikitsa sessions, have healed many people over the years. His bhajans like the ones you have heard today and are about to hear, those bhajans bring us closer to divinity each and every time we hear or sing them.
So everyone, let us narrow any perceived gap between us and the Supreme Divinity as we once again engage in Nama Sankirtanam, the surest way to liberation in the age of Kali. Please open the Bhajanmala app or website to Bhajan ID number 1306 and join in worshipping Lord Shiva.
ध्यायति शम्भुं नागाभरणं ध्यायति शम्भुं नागाभरणं ध्यायति शम्भुं नागाभरणं ध्यायति शम्भुं नागाभरणं बं 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 भस्मविलेपं बं 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 भस्मविलेपं शं 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 शङ्कररूपं शं 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 शङ्कररूपं बं 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 भस्मविलेपं बं 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 भस्मविलेपं शं 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 शङ्कररूपं शं 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 शङ्कररूपं ध्यायति शम्भुं नागाभरणं ध्यायति शम्भुं नागाभरणं ध्यायति शम्भुं नागाभरणं ध्यायति शम्भुं नागाभरणं गौरीकान्तं गौरशरीरं गौरीकान्तं गौरशरीरं गङ्गाशीर्षं गानविलोलं गङ्गाशीर्षं गानविलोलं गङ्गाशीर्षं गानविलोलं गङ्गाशीर्षं गानविलोलं नन्दिवाहनं वन्दितलोकं नन्दिवाहनं वन्दितलोकं ध्यायति शम्भुं नागाभरणं ध्यायति शम्भुं नागाभरणं भं 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 भस्मविलेपं भं 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 भस्मविलेपं शं 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 शङ्कररूपं शं 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 शङ्कररूपं ध्यायति शम्भुं नागाभरणं ध्यायति शम्भुं नागाभरणं गौरीकान्तं गौरशरीरं गौरीकान्तं गौरशरीरं गङ्गाशीर्षं ज्ञानविलोलं गङ्गाशीर्षं गानविलोलं नन्दिवाहनं वन्दितलोकं नन्दिवाहनं वन्दितलोकं गौरीकान्तं गौरशरीरं गौरीकान्तं पौरशरीरं गङ्गाशीर्षं गानविलोलं
गङ्गाशीर्षं गानविलोलं
नन्दिवाहनं वन्दितलोकं
नन्दिवाहनं वन्दितलोकं
नन्दिवाहनं वन्दितलोकं
नन्दिवाहनं वन्दितलोकं
ध्यायत् शम्भुं नागाभरणं
ध्यायत शम्भुं नागाभरणं
भास्कर तेजसं भवभयनाशं
भास्कर तेजसं भवभयनाशं
वासुकिभूषणं वेदविचारं
वासुकिभूषणं वेदविचारं
मन्मथनाशं माधवपूज्यं
मन्मथनाशं माधवपूज्यं
मन्मथनाशं माधवपूज्यं
मन्मथनाशं माधवपूज्यं
मन्मथनाशं माधवपूज्यं
मन्मथनाशं माधवपूज्यं
ध्यायत् शम्भुं नागाभरणं
ध्यायत शम्भुं नागाभरणं
ध्यायत् शम्भुं नागाभरणं
ध्यायत शम्भुं नागाभरणं
नं 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 नगपतिदेहं
नं 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 भगवतिदेहं
मं 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 मन्त्रसुपूज्यं
मं 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 मन्त्रसुपूज्यं
शं 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 शीघ्रप्रसन्नं शं 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 शीघ्रप्रसन्नं वं 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 विरूपनेत्रं
वं 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 विरूपनेत्रं
यं 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 यक्षेशमित्रं यं
यं यं यं यक्षेशमित्रं
यं 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 यक्षेशमित्रं
यं 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 यक्षेशमित्रं
ध्यायत् शम्भुं नागाभरणं
ध्यायत शम्भुं नागाभरणं
भं 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 भस्मविलेपं
वं 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 भस्मविलेपं
शं 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 शङ्कररूपं शं
शं शं शं शङ्कररूपं
नं 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 नगपतिदेहं
नं 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 भगवतिदेहं
मं 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 मन्त्रसुपूज्यं
मं 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 मन्त्रसुपूज्यं
शं 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 शीघ्रप्रसन्नं
शं 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 शीघ्रप्रसन्नं
वं 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 विरूपनेत्रं
वं 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 विरूपनेत्रं
यं 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 यक्षेशमित्रं
यं 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 यक्षेशमित्रं
नं 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 नगपतिदेहं
नं 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 भगवतिदेहं
मं 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 मन्त्रसुपूज्यं
मं 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 मन्त्रसुपूज्यं
शं 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 शीघ्रप्रसन्नं
शं 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 शीघ्रप्रसन्नं
वं 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 विरूपनेत्रं
वं 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 विरूपनेत्रं
यं 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 यक्षेशमित्रं
यं 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 यक्षेशमित्रं
नं 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 नगपतिदेहं
नं 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 भगवतिदेहं
मं 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 मन्त्रसुपूज्यं
मं 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 मन्त्रसुपूज्यं
शं 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 शीघ्रप्रसन्नं
शं 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 शीघ्रप्रसन्नं
वं 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 विरूपनेत्रं
वं 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 विरूपनेत्रं
यं 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 यक्षेशमित्रं
यं 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 यक्षेशमित्रं
सच्चिदानन्दं शीघ्रप्रसन्नं
सच्चिदानन्दं शीघ्रप्रसन्नं
सच्चिदानन्दं शीघ्रप्रसन्नं
सच्चिदानन्दं शीघ्रप्रसन्नं
ध्यायत् शम्भुं नागाभरणं
ध्यायत शम्भुं नागाभरणं
भं 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 भस्मविलेपं भं भं
वं वं भस्मविलेपं
शं 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 शङ्कररूपं शं 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 शं
शङ्कररूपं ध्यायत शम्भुं नागाभरणम्
Listeners, when Pujya Appaji, the one who composed and sang that bhajan, when he was only a baby, the sound of water splashing disharmoniously in a pot caused him to cry. At that moment, his mother, Mata Jayalakshmi, realized he would one day be a Nadopasana or a master of sound. You heard a little while ago that his horoscope also said that same thing. And well, that bhajan, like all of today's bhajans, gave you a taste of his musical talent. Every single bhajan played today was set to a different ragam. That is not an easy thing for someone to do. Yet Naropasana Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji does it flawlessly.
And while it has been very intriguing looking at Pooja Appaji's horoscope, the report written by astrologer Venkataramaya contains too many noteworthy points for us to fit into a 1-hour episode of Datta Arpanam. So be sure to tune in once again next week at 6 a.m. right here on 103.1 FM when the study of Pooja Appaji's horoscope will continue. For now though, we begin to wrap up today's program.
Pranams and gratitude are offered at the divine feet of beloved Sadgurudeva, Paramapujya Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji and Sri Datta Vijayananda Tirtha Swamiji, without whose teachings, compassion, love, guidance and music, this program would not exist.
Pranams to you, Pooja Appaji and Sri Swamiji. Kindly forgive any errors which may have been committed in preparing or in sharing today's episode of Datta Arpanam, and please guide us to avoid such errors in the future.
Special thanks are extended to the staff at 103.1 FM and to the sponsors of Datta Arpanam, Valini's Drug Mart Limited, Ramlal Educational Institute, Debe Supermart Limited, and Kokie Supermart Limited. And of course, dear listener, an extra special thank you is extended to you for sharing this devotional hour with us.
If you would like to listen to today's program again, check out the Datta Arpanam Facebook page, where by tomorrow night, the YouTube link for today's episode will be shared.
Once again, everyone, thank you for tuning in today. You are invited to please tune in to 103.1 FM again next Sunday at 6 a.m. Atlantic Standard Time for another episode of Datta Arpanam, a showcase of the life, music and teachings of His Holiness Paramapujya Sri Ganapati Satchidananda Swamiji.
Jai Guru Datta.
Shri Guru Datta. Harihi Om Tat Sat.
Muruga Muruga Alandu alandu vava shalandu shalandu vava alandu alandu vava shalangi shalangi vava alandu alandu vava shalandu shalandu vava alandu alandu vava shalandu shalandu aadi aadi vava kudi kuni vava aadi aadi vava kudi kuni vava alandu alandu vava shalandu shalangi vava alandu alandu vava shalangi shalangi vava aadi aadi vava kudi kuni vava aadi aadi vava kudi kuni vava murugava 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 yan shakti vela murugava 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 yan shakti murugava 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 yan shakti vela murugava kukutadvajam 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 shakti vela kukutadvajam shakti vela mayura vagana mayura vagana mayura vagana shakti vela mayura vagana mayura vagana mayura vagana shakti vela aadi aadi vava kuni kuni vava aadi aadi vava kuni kuni vava aadi aadi vava kuni kuni vava
Aadi aadi vava, kuni kuni vava.
காவடி சந்தா காவடி சந்தா காவடி சந்தா சக்தி வேலா காவடி சந்தா காவடி சந்தா திருச்செந்தூரு 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 சக்தி வேலா திருச்செந்தூரு 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 சக்தி வேலா ஆடி ஆடி வாவா குடி குனி வாவா ஆடி ஆடி வாவா குடி குனி வாவா பாலகுமார பாலகுமார் பாலகுமார் சக்தி வேலா பாலகுமார் பாலகுமார் சக்தி வேலா ஞானஸ்கந்தா ஞானஸ்கந்த ஞானஸ்கந்த சக்தி வேலா பழனிமலை 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 சக்தி வேலா பழனிமலை நாகர்கோவில் 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 சக்தி வேலா நாகர்கோவில் 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 சக்தி ஆடி ஆடி வாவா குடி குனி வாவா சந்தன காவடி சந்தன காவடி சந்தன காவடி சக்தி வேலா சந்தன காவடி பால் காவடி பால் காவடி பால் காவடி சக்தி வேலா தேன் காவடி தேன் காவடி தேன் காவடி சக்தி வேலா சக்கரை காவடி சக்கரை காவடி சக்கரை காவடி சக்தி வேலா சக்கரை காவடி ஆடி ஆடி வாவா குடி குனி வாவா கற்பூர காவடி கற்பூர காவடி கற்பூர காவடி சக்தி வேலா புஷ்ப காவடி புஷ்ப காவடி புஷ்ப காவடி சக்தி வேலா அப்பவா 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 என்ன அப்பவா 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 என்ன அப்பவா அப்பவா சச்சிதானந்த 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 சக்தி வேலா சச்சிதானந்த 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 சக்தி வேலா சச்சிதானந்த 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 ஆடி ஆடி வாவா குடி குனி வாவா ஆடி 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 வாவா குடி குனி வாவா ஆடி ஆடி வாவா குடி குனி வாவா ஆடி ஆடி வாவா குடி குனி வாவா ஆடி ஆடி வாவா குடி குனி வாவா
ஓம் சாந்தி 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 ஹரி ஓம் தத் சத்